because it makes last week even more frustrating, maybe.
Yeah, but we've all, we said that we would take this block of 4 games that we're in now a little bit, one game at a time, and see what came out of it. I mean, we picked a different team today to last week, a couple of changes in different positions. Even just before the game, we actually had to make quite a few reshuffle a little bit last night. Obviously, with Dean Munn pulling out for personal reasons. So I was really pleased with our fight and our endeavour to compete for everything today. I think that was a little bit better than we had last week. But overall, I mean, I can sit here now and I can actually reflect on the game. So I'm probably a little disappointed the game was as tight as it was, because there was a period in the first half, particularly where we were dominant. I mean, we had a dominant set piece for pretty much the whole game, and we didn't capitalise on that really. Those 2 5-metre scrums were going forward, and we pick off the base both times. Not to kind of lose field position there and then give up a try. 1 minute I'm sitting there thinking, hey, we could be 20 points to nil up here, and all of a sudden it's 13-7 or whatever. It was a 10-point swing based on us not really just keeping the ball in the back of a scrum. And I think that's been a little bit where we've been in the last kind of 6 to 8 weeks. We've always had opportunities to beat very good sides. We've come up a little bit short, and it's tended to be because we haven't rammed home our pressure moments at the right time. If we'd have rammed home that pressure moment and it had gone to 20-0, that game would have been a tough game for Cardiff to get back into. As it was, they seized the momentum for the end of the first half, and it took some wrestling back. But to be fair to the guys, as I said, I think we showed real character when we were having to defend on our line, and to come through as we did. Like I say, there's a great credit to the players, because ultimately, Cardiff came into this game with more to play for. We've come away from home just talking about playing well and showing our determination to play well, just because it's a game of rugby, and we're playing for Exeter Chiefs. And I thought for the players to do that was fantastic today.
The celebration at the end was as if you won something. Can you just explain why the players felt that strongly?
Well, we have won something. We've won a big game of rugby today. Just because I think this is where sometimes people can get things wrong in these competitions. Just because we couldn't go through in the Heineken doesn't mean today wasn't a big game of rugby. And we emphasised that all week. Today was a massive game. You come in away to Cardiff Blues, Exeter Chiefs. But we won even in the Premiership 4 years ago. We're in the Heineken Cup now. And I think sometimes we you forget that, and we as a team, and I think we forget it sometimes as a team. And I think we re-emphasised this week that this is a huge game of rugby. To be involved in the Heineken Cup, to come away from home, to play playing at Cardiff, a club with great tradition. This is a fantastic game, and you've got to play it like that. And I thought we did today. I thought the way we started the game was fantastic. And as I say, if we could have held on to that intensity for another 5 minutes, I think we could have been relatively comfortable in the game. But we didn't. And rugby is like that. When you lose momentum, it's hard to get it back. As I say, then the game became a little bit of a seesaw. But I thought defensively we were very good, and we showed great energy. Particularly, I have to hold my hand up. Particularly the guys who haven't played a lot of rugby recently. Some of those guys that out there work very hard for 80 minutes on a very fast track, and it's like I say, it's a great credit to them, because it was a little bit of a mix and match team that got shuffled at the last minute, and they've come through very well.
Did you expect them to dominate as much in the scrum?
Our scrum's been going well. Set piece hasn't been a problem. We were very good in the scrum last week against Glasgow, and again probably we didn't really reap the rewards of a dominant scrum last week. We had a couple of funny ones last week where you're going forward 5 metres and all of a sudden it's a turnover for someone for a scrum going 90, a little bit like the 5 metre scrum there. Cardiff going back 6-7 metres and somehow it's a turnover against you. I think if the game had turned on that scrum decision, I would have been very annoyed, and I think anybody would have seen some justification for that. I think our scrum's going well. Set pieces going well for us at the moment. Like I say, Rob Hunter, forwards coach, he's kind of reaping the rewards of a lot of hard work over the last 6 months. And and it was a front row that 2 props that haven't played all that much for us really. As I say, it shows we've got some really good strength and depth there, because they came through. And as I say, in some ways they were almost the deciding factor today.
What was the fact that you played at Sandhurst's on their artificial pitch an advantage of coming out here on this one?
I don't think the one-off game at Sandhurst, we've only played once there, is that different. But we've got a 3G rubber crumb at Sandy Park. To be fair, this game in some ways was a godsend, because the way the weather's been, we didn't really have many other training facilities left that were any good, other than training on the first team pitch, which we obviously didn't want to do. So to be able to train all week in preparation for this game and then come and play rubber crumb was perfect for us. It did mean we probably couldn't pick a couple of players who wouldn't have been able to put a full training week in on crumb and then come and play. So we kind of stuck with the guys who we knew could go flat out this week. And as I say, they trained flat out and they started the game flat out, and I think that kind of justified the selections.
Rob, how do you reflect on the Heineken campaign as a whole?
Well, I can reflect on it again. It's our second Heineken Cup, and we've garnered more points in the pool than we did last year. Last year we only beat Scarlets home and away. This year, but we didn't get anything really out of Leinster and Clermont. This year, we've beaten Cardiff home and away. We've got points out of Glasgow in both games. We've got points out of Toulon at home. We were very close to them for large parts of the game away. We're taking some steps forward. And I think, as you guys have reflected, last week, if there'd been more in the pool for us last week, I think potentially that game could have gone a little bit differently. But I'm not, I'm not going to look back and have regrets on any of it. The way the lads have performed through the Heineken Cup has been fantastic.